Africa Today. I am Uduak Daniel. First, let's talk the headlines. And on the headlines, military airstrikes kill 14 terrorists. Still on the headlines, Sierra Leone begins voter registration. Also on the headlines, Angola opposition files legal challenge against vote. And on sport, CAF strips Guinea of AFCON hosting rights. And now the news in detail. Strategic master plan for the recovery, stabilization and long-term socio-economic development of the northeastern region of Nigeria has been unveiled and validated. Unveiling the master plan in Abuja, Nigeria, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, that is the SGF, Boss Mustapha, said over 31 trillion naira is needed to implement the projects. The SGF said there's need for all stakeholders in the public and private sectors, development partners, especially donors, to garner resources and invest optimally in the richly endowed but least exploited northeast region. Boss Mustapha added that the step towards rebuilding the northeast region following the unfortunate Boko Haram insurgency is a fulfillment of the campaign promise made by the President Buhari administration to the people of the northeast geopolitical zone. Also speaking at the event, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, represented by the National Coordinator, National Social Investment Program, that is the NSIP, Humar Bendir, maintained that the master plan is evidence-based, as the minister called for similar synergy at the implementation phase. The 10-year master plan is built on 11 pillars, which comprises the key sectors needed for the steady return and sustainable development of the region. And to road safety matters, Federal Road Safety Corps, that is the FRSC, has urged citizens to refrain from embarking on nighttime travel during the last 4 months of the year, citing poor visibility due to darkness and the increased number of road accidents emanating from nighttime travel and speeding. The acting Corps Marshal Ali Biu stated this during a press conference with journalists in Abuja on Thursday, while noting that the FRSC was targeting minimal road crashes and 0 fatalities during the period. He noted that as part of measures put in place to guarantee a safer motoring environment, especially during the Ember months, the Corps came up with the idea of special patrols and mega public enlightenment rallies in motor parks, which also involved the massive deployment of personnel and logistics to motor parks for aggressive sensitization on the roads, particularly around identified black spots, the containment of the perennial traffic gridlocks, and the accompanying hazards. BU also noted that there's been an aggressive clampdown on unregistered motorcycles across the country, adding that it was necessary for curbing the activities of criminals. A component of Operation World Punch in continuation of intensive air operations on 30th August 2022 neutralized 14 terrorists while conducting air interdiction missions against identified terrorist hideouts at Alhaji Isiaka location and Kuduru Inigabi local government area of Kaduna State. The strikes, as revealed by reliable sources, were successful as the terrorists were eliminated while several others sustained injuries. Sources said that similar strikes were also undertaken at Udawa along Kaduna-Birnengwari Road in Kaduna State after receiving intelligence of terrorist activities and cow rustling in the area. In the northeast, strikes were also carried out same day at Amchile and Garugash, both terrorist locations east of Maiduguri. The locations were attacked severally, with few surviving terrorists seen fleeing from the point of impact and hiding under nearby trees, which were subsequently attacked. Bringing you more stories, let's have you know the Nigerians in Italy have expressed gratitude to the Nigerian government for organizing a passport intervention exercise for them in case in 3 cities throughout Italy. According to reports, about 700 Nigerians were able to capture and get their passports due to this intervention that lasted 5 days. The National Secretary Union of Nigerians in Italy, David Frank, commended the government for its intervention.
If you have been traveling within Europe and even America, you see that Italy, we are very, very privileged to have an ambassador is a listing one. The immigration staff, especially the head of immigration, who is more or less like a mother to everyone.
In the same vein, Roland Ndukuba, President National Association of Nigerians in Italy, commented on the development.
In the aspect of capturing Nigerians, they have done marvelously well. In the past few months, 11 months, they have captured over 7,000 Nigerians. I know that the major problem of Nigerians is the past.
When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Don't go away. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is Africa Today on Hills TV. Talking more stories, 3 health workers in Senegal have been arrested after a pregnant woman and her baby allegedly died because of a botched cesarean section. A health union official said a gynecologist, an anesthetist, and a nurse were being questioned over potential negligence. Senegalese media say the heavily pregnant woman died after losing a lot of blood. Her baby died as a result of injuries sustained during the operation. The Senegalese Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians, that is the ASGO, defended the medical team and criticized the arrest as wrongful. In a statement released to newsmen, it said the team had taken the appropriate decision for the woman and our baby. Last year, President Macky Sall described Senegal's health system as obsolete and also ordered a national review of neonatal services. So now let's get on to Sierra Leone and have you know that Sierra Leone's electoral body is set to begin new voter registration exercise this weekend, where all eligible voters are required to register again. Phase 1 of the exercise runs up to 17 September, with the second phase expected to begin on 20th September to 4th of October, the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone said. Over 3,500 centers have been mapped for the exercise across the country. President Julius Maada Bio has urged Sierra Leoneans to get age 18 years and above to come out and register to vote. People are required to produce their national identity cards to register as voters. The country is set to hold a general election on 24 June next year. We now move to other parts of Africa after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is Africa Today on Hills TV, talking more stories from other parts of Africa. Angola's biggest opposition party, that is the UNITA, UNITA, says it has filed a legal challenge against the results of last week's election. The governing MPLA party, which has the results against which has been in power since 1975, was declared the winner of the vote, although with a reduced majority. A senior UNITA official, Faustino Mumbika, told the French news agency that a complaint was filed with the National Electoral Commission on Thursday. UNITA, which achieved its best ever election result, has said the poll was marred by irregularities. Still talking more stories, this time in South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa and the U.S. President Joe Biden will hold talks on 16 September on a number of issues, including trade and energy, the White House has said. It said in a statement on Thursday, the leaders, building on their productive call in April and the U.S.-South Africa strategic dialogue in August, will discuss opportunities to deepen cooperation on trade and investment, infrastructure, climate and energy, and health. It also added that the presidents would also reaffirm the partnerships between their two countries and discuss their work together to address regional and global challenges. However, let's move away and get to Ethiopia, where residents in Western Ethiopia say they are living in fear following attacks where at least 50 people are feared to have been killed in an area in Oromia region. Local residents say security forces had recently left the area and are blaming members of the Fano militia group for the violence earlier in the week. Houses were set ablaze and on fire, and properties were looted during the attacks. The regional authority have not yet responded to some requests for comments, while a brutal civil war in the country's north recently restarted after a 5-month truce. Western Ethiopia has continued to see frequent violent attacks. Other parts of the country have also continued to face recurring violence. And now we'll be going to the business desk on Africa Today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us and now talking business. Let's have you know that the federal government has expressed some determination to reposition on airports in Rivers State with a view to maximize its huge potentials in export and import trades. Disclosing this on Thursday, Minister for Transportation Muazu Sambo, as part of a 3-day fact-finding tour to ascertain why the port is not performing at maximum capacity, said he visited the port to know what the challenges are and also showed willingness in addressing them. Sambo also assured stakeholders of its efforts to fix the dilapidated access road to the on-air port, adding that Sukuk 4 will take care of that. He explained that the Ministry of Transportation would liaise with its counterpart, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, to see how rehabilitation of it can be fast-tracked. The minister, however, frowned on terminal operators and defrauded the federal government by not complying with payment of the practitioners' operating fees, warning that it will no longer be tolerated. Also speaking at the occasion, the managing director, Nigerian Ports Authority, that is the NPA, Mohammed Bello Koko, said government is very serious about the need to increase traffic at the eastern ports so as to decongest the Lagos port. He further reiterated that the Nigeria Customs Service, that is the NCS, scanning has just installed a new scanning machine at the port's complex, which was acquired for the federal government and inaugurated by the Comptroller General of Customs, Hamid Ali. Still talking some business news right there. South Africa's cabinet has approved a new design for coins that will feature inscriptions in all official languages. The official languages will be rotated annually over the next 10 years. This is the third time South Africa will be changing the design of its coins, the latest one being in 1989. The cabinet, in a statement, explained how the design will look like for each denomination. The new coins will begin circulating from next year, and no sample design has been generated yet. South Africa has 11 official languages: Zulu, isiXhosa, Afrikaans, Sepedi, Setswana, English, Sesotho, Zitsonga, Siswati, Svivenda, and Ndebele. Still to come on Africa Today is sports. Don't go away.
Very good afternoon and welcome to Sport News on Africa Today. I am Richard Badu. Ahead of the second leg clash of the final African Nations Championship qualifier against Nigeria on Saturday, the Ghana Football Association announced that Black Galaxy's friendly match against FC Samatex has been cancelled. The GFA made the announcement on their Twitter handle. According to the body, the decision to cancel the friendly was to enable the coach Anna Walker's side focus on their all-important clash against Nigeria at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on Saturday. Club Ghana holds a 2-0 advantage from the first leg and will hope to get the job done when they travel to Nigeria for the second leg. The Chan Eagles have made it known that they are prepared for the game on Saturday as they hope to turn things around. Next year's edition of the Chan tournament holds in Algeria. And away from that sports story there to other matters, where Spanish La Liga club Real Sociedad has officially announced the capture of Super Eagles striker Sadiq Umar. Sadiq made all the headlines in Spain last season after he netted 18 goals for UD Almeria and ensured they secured promotion to the Spanish La Liga, the top flight division in Spain. Before now, Villarreal was the first club that approached Almeria for a signature, but the move collapsed due to the financial details. Meanwhile, Real Sociedad came after they sold their striker Alexander Isak to the English Premier League side Newcastle United. They recognized Sadiq as the perfect replacement and sealed the deal on Wednesday while he flew in on Thursday morning to have his medicals. He was announced on Thursday evening on a 5-year deal for 20 million euros plus 6 million euros in add-ons. Meanwhile, Sadiq has already scored twice this season for Almeria in the Spanish La Liga. And away from Sadiq now to Confederation of African Football that has announced the removal of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations hosting rights from Guinea. CAF announced Guinea as the host for the 2022 AFCON on November 30, 2018, but the football body has now withdrawn the mandate after the executive committee approved the decision to strip Guinea the hosting rights. CAF noted that Guinea would not be ready to handle hosting the tournament by the time frame slated for the tournament, which is expected to fall in the summer of 2025. It could be recalled that the president of Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, a few weeks ago said that CAF was likely to strip Guinea of the hosting rights of the biennial African football showpiece but CAF had then refuted reports that the tournament would be taken away from Guinea. PANIC also revealed that Nigeria is working on a bid with Benin to host the tournament. However, CAF has not made any official statements on any potential replacements as host for the continental tournament. Should CAF approve their hosting rights, it would be the first time that Benin would be welcoming the rest of Africa. And lastly, before we go, Senegal Basketball Federation has written to FIBA requesting to stage the 5th window of qualifying for the 2023 World Cup. The president of the federation, Mi Babakar Indai, during an interview on Thursday, said they have sent a letter to FIBA in that regard. Côte d'Ivoire hosted the 4th window of the qualifier in August 2022. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. Back to Udwak Daniel for the rest of the news. I am Richard Badum.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us, boss. So Richard Badung, thank you for that one on sports, right? Still with the rest of the story. Popular Nigerian musician Ice Prince has been arrested by the Lagos State Police Command for assaulting a police officer. It was learned that at about 3 a.m. on Friday, the popular musician Oleku Crooner was flagged down by police officers for driving without a license plate. Ice Prince, who initially agreed to be taken to the station, immediately abducted the police officer in his car, assaulted him, and threatened to throw him in the lagoon. Confirming the arrest, the spokesperson of Lagos State Police Command, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, and said Ice Prince has been arrested and would be arraigned today. And that's Africa Today, but before we go, a quick look at our top stories. We told you earlier on, military airstrikes kill 14 terrorists. Sierra Leone begins voter registration. Angola opposition files legal challenge against vote. And on sport, CAF strips Guinea of AFCON hosting rights. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hills TV, Instagram at Hills TV. Our YouTube channel is at Hills TV. I am Udwak Daniel. Thank you for watching.